Welcome back to Fat Kicker Overtime, baby. I'm Michael fucking Rainey. Man, there's so much to talk about today. Last night was the NFL draft, and my beloved Philadelphia Eagles selected 20th, and they picked wide receiver Makai Lemon out of USC, who seems like a real lunatic, which is exactly what you want out of a wide receiver. You never want somebody who's going to all shucks. Man, I hope things work out, and I'm just going to come in and work hard. You want your wide receiver to be a problem for TSA. You never want your wide receiver to have the demeanor of a punter or a kicker or just a guy who's just happy to be there. Every NFL wide receiver there should be restaurants that they're not allowed back in because of them doing wide receiver shit. And I'm going to show you guys, in case you're not familiar with him yet, I'm going to show you guys a little bit of Makai Lemon. Seemed like a good pick, man. I don't follow college football as much as I would like to say I do. However, I do like that he's a lunatic. Seems like a real motherfucker. And, I don't know, 20th pick in the draft. I hope they can turn lemon into lemonade. All right. I'm going to show you guys video of this lunatic. All right, so first off, this is video of Makai Lemon at the Combine. A couple months ago, he was at the Combine, and his behavior was so bizarre that he stood out above everybody else because everybody else plays the, I'm happy to be here, I just want to work hard, whatever opportunity I get, I'm just going to try to make the most of it. That's the card that everybody else plays. Makai Lemon went straight lunatic mode, and here he goes.
I'm trying to get in the end zone. I ain't gonna let nobody in my way stop me from doing that. So this game very serious. It's the way I feed my family. So I ain't gonna let nobody in front of me take that away from me. Just making sure I stay level and just running fast and just catching every ball.
All right. You also want your wide receiver to have trouble making eye contact. Might be autism, or it might be a broken brain that's doing it to Makai Lemon. Either way, I like it a lot. All right, I retract that because it's not like he's not making eye contact. It's that he's somehow got his chin to the ground and going full fucking Full Metal Jacket on the toilet eyes. Joker. Man, I love this guy so much already, man. He is unhinged and just he's probably going to be a problem in the locker room. I can't imagine that this is going to be sustainable for Christ 6 months out of the year. However, I don't know. It looks like by picking him, it looks like AJ Brown's probably gone, but I don't know, man. They might need a lunatic in that locker room. I think they're just full of decent guys.
Nah, I ain't out there to prove nothing wrong. I'm just being myself. And what comes with it, come with it.
I've never seen this kind of demeanor before, but I love it, and I'm really excited for Makai Lemon to come in and be a problem for the Philadelphia Eagles. All right, here's him on draft night.
Have you ever put on pads and a helmet to this moment right here, being a first-round pick in the NFL draft? What has defined your journey?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, I'm just so blessed right now. I just praise the Lord for every moment, really. It's a dream.
I've never seen a guy.
Believe this right now.
When you look out at those Philly fans,
I've never seen a guy who's not blind pretend he's blind in public. Yeah, it's fun to do with your friends when you're fucking around and you had about 4 or 5 beers. But in the biggest moment of your life, pretending like you're blind in a pinstripe suit, 20th pick in the draft, truly unsettling. And again, everything that you could possibly want in a wide receiver.
That's about to embrace you with open arms. What will they love most about you?
They getting a dog. This ready to work for real. I ain't doing no plan.
This motherfucker grew up on nothing but Red 40. Every cup that he had was loaded to the brim with Red 40. This is straight up Red 40 behavior, baby.
Thank you, Makai. Congratulations.
I love it. Makai Lemon, welcome to Philly. I keep wanting to call him Makai Becton, but Makai Lemon, welcome, brother. Very happy to have him. I say here, but I'm in fucking Texas, but my brain, I guess, will always be in Philly. Oh, dude, NHL playoffs, still fucking cooking, baby. Senators down 3-0 to the Carolina Hurricanes, in large part to this Ottawa Senators fan fight song, which might be the worst thing I've ever heard. All right, we're going to let it rip, baby. Let me know what you think.
It's been a minute.
Two Hurricanes fans go round the
Right out of
outside.
the gate, you never want a man to look at you that way. Yeah, I don't like that at all, man. That is a good predictor, though, for what the video is about to be and how bad the song is going to be. When a man looks at you that way, he's kind of giving you the heads up, like, yo, you might want to jam screwdrivers in your ears right now because this is not going to be good for anybody. But you got to hear this, and I'm going to ruin your day, and I'm going to make you listen to it.
Two Hurricanes fans go round the outside, round the outside, round the outside. Guess who's back? Back again. Sends are back. Pesky.
It's easy to say that the rapping is the worst part of this, but the only other time where I've ever seen guys play fake instruments while being filmed is at a special needs talent show. And man, these guys belong at that special needs talent show that I watched.
They've created a monster, cause nobody thought we'd be good enough to make it back to the dance, did ya? Well, if you want pesky, this is what we'll give you. A little Tim Stew, mix with some shame. So you want the east, I think you're the master, but you know we're younger and we're faster. Better call your mom and call your pastor. You'll be spiraling like a tropical disaster. So step on up, we'll bring the heat, cause we need a little controversy. Yeah, we'll make you look worse than the leaves, cause the Sens are bad for Los Stanley.
Yeah, as soon as you saw that, I would bet my life that every person who saw this video, the second you saw it, you're like, oh, the Senators are getting swept. And sure as shit, they're down 3-0. Now, to their credit, after they put out this video, they then made this video.
A video that was intended to share my joy. Hello, Sens fans. Kyle Ivan here. As you can see, I am in Asia.
All right, so I like this kid now. Not only did they admit their mistake, but they sent him to fucking Taiwan, which is the appropriate punishment for making something like that. However, you can't let the Senators off the hook because they okayed it right out of the gate. I would have started off in Taiwan. If you send your guy to Taiwan for good luck and just go there, you know, just the streets lined with mopeds, just cats running for their lives in the streets, people screaming, a lot of squat smoking. That might be what the Senators need. The Senators, they made a Stanley Cup final a few years back. Might have made it twice. Did they play the Ducks in the final in the early 2000s? I think they might have. And then they went back fairly recently, but haven't been able to win it. I don't know. I would send this fucker to Taiwan. I would send him to Taiwan for the entire offseason just to kind of clean the pipes, reset everything, and just get things moving in the right direction, man. But I do like how they atoned for their sin with the last fucking Eminem parody video, which should never be made. Eminem, I don't know, man. Eminem kind of... He set Wiggers back in a way that phones have set kids' brains back. Eminem was the worst possible thing that could have happened. At the time, it seemed very cool. I'll never forget when Eminem dropped, late 90s, it was like, finally, we have one. And it was very cool, and he remained very cool. However, it was the last thing that we needed. And I would like to see a research study done on now that we're close to 3 decades into Eminem exposure, just to see the effect that he has had on white kids. And I think if this video doesn't bring it about, then nothing ever will. But we really need to study the long-term effects of long-term Eminem exposure, because this is what you get, man. And it's like it is comforting to think that all right, at least something is being done about it. At least we're finally sending white kids to Taiwan. I think he's white. I don't know. Who the fuck is anything these days, though? But, at least there's an acknowledgement that, hey, this is supremely fucked up, and it probably cost our team the entire series and threw our season in the toilet just because we got fired up because the playoffs were coming in. We all had Stanley Cup and M&M fever. But right move here, wrong move with the initial video. Oh, dude, I felt so bad for this kid. This is J.R. Ritchie, rookie pitcher from the Braves. Look at it, how sweet. His parents are there in the audience. Eden Victoria in the crowd just waiting to see their sweet boy. First pitch coming up here. Right, I should have cropped this a little bit better. Here we go. All right, we got it now, baby. Eden Victoria watching their sweet boy on the mound. Dad's already fucking crying, man. He can't keep it together. First pitch. No doubter. Right fielder doing a courtesy by trotting just to give the impression that it has a chance of staying in. But that's kind of fucked up. They shouldn't allow that. That should be a courtesy that they give to rookie pitchers. Is the very first pitch you throw, it's going to be taken, no matter what. Because the poor guy's fucking dad's crying, man. Imagine crying. Oh, I imagine it's pretty cool though. Imagine like you're crying as your son's about to make his major league debut, and he just gets fucking rocked on the first pitch. All right, here's an ESPN article about it. J.R. Ritchie was welcomed to the major leagues when the Washington Nationals' James Wood. All right, it's especially worse now that the guy who hit a home run off of you was the scumbag from Casino. Ritchie, a 22-year-old right-hander, rebounded to win his debut, leading the Atlanta Braves over Washington 7-2 on Thursday for their 8th win in 9 games. Man, I hate how fucking hot the Braves are right now. The Phillies are just totally fucking eating shit. One pitch into it, I was like, oh no. But after that, I bounced back really well. Honestly, probably for the next year, I will hate it. Then after that, it will be funny. Like, hey, first pitch, my big league career, I gave up a nuke. Ritchie became the second pitcher over the past 50 years to allow a home run on his first MLB pitch and then earn a win, joining Jason Dixon, who allowed a home run to Derek Jeter in '96 while with the Angels. I don't know. Nice to see that happen for him, man. I do not, especially at that age, I would have not dealt with that level of failure right out of the gate. I probably would have just ran into the stands and just sat next to my mom and just made her go get me ice cream or some shit. But shout out to J.R. Ritchie for keeping it together and getting the win, baby. Oh, dude, going back to the Senators song. All right, I want to play this one more time for you guys. Just...
It's been a minute.
2 Hurricanes fans go round the outside, round the outside, round the outside. Guess who's back? Back again. Since
All right, now you're probably thinking to yourself, there's no way that there's ever been a fan-made song that is any worse than this one, but I promise you there is, and it wasn't in the too distant past. If you remember, the Phillies played the Padres a couple years back in the NLCS, and coming into the series, Padres fans were feeling pretty good about themselves. They should. They had a decent team. They had a lot of high hopes. They hadn't really made it that far in a very long time. So people were excited, and you kind of got to give people some leeway when they're just excited about shit because you have to have a little bit of magic in life. Without any fucking magic, you're going to want to jump off of a fucking bridge. So if it takes a bunch of gold-chained Latinos swinging bats to bring you the magic that gets you through each day, people should be allowed to fucking have it. However, this goes above and beyond, and this was no doubt the reason why the Padres lost the NLCS.
Really going down to yellow wham. That's what's in. Padres on the loose. Let's go, Goose. That's what's in. Bryce gonna.
I don't even know what kind of guy this is. This is a variation of Wigger that might only exist in Southern California. Because they don't have the typical Wigger edge. They have the Wigger aesthetic, which they look cool, all right, from a 47-year-old guy who is rapidly losing everything that he ever thought was cool about himself. I can look at these guys and say, all right, they look very cool. Those Padres unis are sick. They all got some variation of the uni. I do like the differentiation. I do like how they're not all wearing the same thing. There's a different way they could have gone about this, and I do appreciate when wiggers band together and that they try to do something creative. However, this song was so dooming, and it was done for the news, which is the worst part. All right, down in the bottom left corner here, you can see the little news emblem. That's got to be the worst, especially if you're a kid in like fucking middle school. If you're a kid of one of these guys and your relationship with him isn't that great and you're kind of embarrassed by him for a lot of different reasons, and in class you got a teacher who's just had 8 beers the night before, his fucking wife left him, his kids hate him, so he's mailing it in. He got the TV on in the fucking classroom and he's like, look, do a worksheet, put your headphones on, watch the news. I don't give a fuck. My life is falling apart. They put the news on in class, and you see your dad as one of these guys that are singing this Padres fight song, which you know is a predictor of doom like no other. I got to subject you guys to the rest of this because I've listened to it 1,000 times.
Lose, and Manny's gonna cruise. That's what's in. Give Philly no.
All right, so the lyrics are bad enough, but this fucking move.
That's.
All right, dude. Yo, man should never do this. Listen, man. I'm hard pressed to think of any circumstance where a man should ever make this pose. I'm thinking, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, you're getting blown and it's insane. Like, you know, God bless my wife, man. She's still sucking like her life depends upon it, and she's incredible, man. But I don't think she could ever suck this reaction out of me. Again, man, I just feel for these guys' kids more than anything else, especially that guy in the front. I really hope he's incapable of having kids, because if you got to watch your dad do this shit, you're going to end up on pills. You will have a pill problem if your dad's doing this shit. Oh, my God. All right, I want to look at all these other guys. All right, so the guy in the back with the gray San Diego jersey, I think he has the most hope out of any of these guys. He's got the brightest smile on his face. It doesn't seem like anything can dim his light, and he's a proud flag holder. I have the most hope for him. All right, now, guy behind this Gary Owen looking motherfucker in the front. So, kind of brown. I don't know. He might have just gotten roped into this to hold the flag a little more taut. I don't know necessarily that he's a part of this crew. I don't think he wants to be there, and I don't think if he is a part of this crew right now, I don't think he's going to be a long-term part of this crew. Now, the guy on the other edge of the flag holding with the black San Diego hat and the white jersey, he's a problem at adult film conventions. He's the kind of guy who he'll wait in line, and the entire time that he's waiting in line, there will be 45 men in front of him, but he's making eye contact with the adult film star who he's paying $85 to take a picture with and let his hands wander, unfortunately, during the course of that picture. He's going to bring her a gift, too. He's going to bring her a gift that's going to be a total fucking pain in the ass to get home. It's going to be relative to something that she mentioned on a podcast that she had when she was a kid. And he will have tracked it down on eBay. He will have bought it. He will have next day shipped it, even though he wasn't going to the convention for another 6 months. Definitely got a VIP pass to the adult film convention. There was no expense spared on this trip that this guy's making to the adult film convention. On top of that, too, his room, he's got a bouquet of flowers in there because he plans on her coming back to his room at some point. He's put in Glade plugins in all the outlets, so it smells like lavender when she walks in. And during this 15-second interaction that he has during the meet and greet with her, he's going to tell her how much she's meant to him, tell her how he liked when her hair was longer, and tell her that he has a room upstairs, and he's going to give her the second room key that the hotel gave him, and she's not going to accept it, and he is essentially going to press it into her chest. Not even like the titty grab thing that you do at the strip club where you give a lady $1, but he's going to press it into her chest to the point where security has to step in and ask him to leave. He's going to be asked to leave, and he's going to fight, saying that he's staying at the hotel and he has a right to be at this convention. The police are going to get involved, but they're not going to arrest him. They're going to just basically tell him he's got to go to his room and just get out of the convention for the day. He's going to put on a different shirt, and he's going to sneak back down immediately. He's not going to get back in line, and he's not going to initially approach the adult film star right out of the gate. He's going to lurk. He's going to stare at her from different vantage points in the expo center. And then finally, when it appears as though she's wrapping it up for the day, he will approach her again and say, hey, it seems like we got off the wrong foot. I just want to offer you my card again. And at that point, she's going to scream at him. And at this point, he's going to get even closer, and he will then be arrested. Yeah, tough days for Padres fan on the right. And then Oaf in the windbreaker, he's a guy who, he's a finance guy. He's a finance guy, but then he also had money from his parents leaving it to him. So money's never an issue, and he's just happy to have the companionship. And he might have actually gone with the guy in front of him to the adult film convention. Separate room, same car though, same car to get there, but separate room, and he will bail him out. And just a sweet guy who barely says anything, and he's just happy to be anywhere. But the real problem in this crew is the guy in the white jersey behind the leader of the pack here. He is the adult film expo ejector. Man, this is a tough crew. You think the guy in the front, you think that the ringleader is the biggest problem in the crew because of what a flightless bird he is in real life. But yeah, the real problem is the pervert behind him, man. The pervert behind him, man. I'm going to write a book with that title, man. It might be about this guy. I might write an entire book about how much of a creep this guy is. Oh, my God. Yeah, he's a problem. All right, I want to watch this video, see if he does anything.
That's what's in.
All right, yeah, plenty of loose.
Give Philly no slack and send them back. That's what's in.
You can get a boner and tuck it if you need to.
Philly going down to yellow and brown. That's what's in. Padres on the loose. Let's go, Goose. That's what's in. Bryce gonna lose, and Manny's gonna cruise. That's what.
Look at him.
And he's gonna cruise. That's what's in.
Bam.
Give Philly no slack and send them back. That's what's in. Philly going down to yellow and brown. That's what's in.
He's the eldest son of the tall guy next to him. So they're both pretty normal. Every other guy, there's some weirdness to him, but the little chubby guy holding the edge of the flag is the biggest problem in the crew, man. Man, this is a dark video.
Padres on the loose. Let's go, Goose. That's what's in. Bryce gonna lose, and Manny's gonna cruise. That's what's in.
A lot of really problematic movements from this leader of the pack.
That's what's in.
I don't like that one, man. That's the biggest issue I think I have with this video is that it's like a palsy stanky leg. Oof. Yeah, you should never pose yourself like Stephen Hawking while you're filming something for the news.
Give.
Big old toothy smile on his face. He's enjoying himself, man. And who am I, man? These guys are having fun. Keep an eye on chubby white jersey, though. Oh, dude, next up. This video, I hate this shit. People lose their fucking minds whenever a ball goes into the stands at a Major League Baseball game. It's as though somebody's trying to take cash out of your pocket every time a fucking ball goes near you. And you can tell a lot about a person by how actively they go after a ball at a baseball game. If it's a kid, they should be enthusiastic. They should be going after these balls. But when an adult man gets physical in trying to retrieve a baseball, a foul ball, you know he's got problems at home. I want to watch his first one. Happened at a Mets game a couple nights ago, and a younger Latino fella bullies an old man out of the way just so he can get this foul ball.
Interesting. Healthy comes in. Oh, he's fighting over the ball. Come on now.
Oh, wait a second. Give it to a kid. Took it away from.
I had a coworker, my buddy Joe Thomas. He used to talk about the concept of dumb eyes. He said if a person has dumb eyes, you could tell exactly how stupid a person is by their eyes. And this fella in the white T-shirt, this might be the definition of dumb eyes.
An old guy
arguing with a early 60s man about his right to the foul ball. Oh man, this is bad. When your wife's got to tell you to calm down because she knows you're going to be cartoonishly knocked out if you keep pressing the issue. Being 63 and getting knocked out by a guy in a flat brim and a fake beard. People talk about broken hips being the worst thing that could possibly happen to an elderly person. Oh, God, I hope that's not their son next to him. Yeah, he kind of looks like them. Yeah, he definitely is. Fuck, man. Whew, this is a tough video.
Interesting. Healthy comes in. Oh, he's fighting over the ball. Come on now.
Oh, wait a second. Give it to a kid.
All right, yeah, this guy's trying to rationalize why he stole it from him. No rationale works.
Took it away from an old guy.
God. Yeah, that beard type and a flat brim are never indicative of introspection. This kind of guy, he watches cartoons on his lunch break, and his chewing is almost as loud as his speaking volume. That's tough. But that got me thinking about a guy whose videos I like to watch, Zach Campbell. So this is a guy who is the foul ball king. He puts out videos. I think they're great. I know a lot of people don't like Zach Campbell because he's an older guy who goes to games to get foul balls and home run balls. And he seems very lucky a lot of the times, but also he'll get to batting practice early as shit, so he's one of the first people out in the outfield to track these balls down. He's also got little contraptions he uses to obtain the balls. I think it's fun, and I think it's indicative of the whimsy that baseball possesses that no other sport possesses in the way that baseball does. However, people do say it's weird that he's fucking doing this shit, but going back to what I was talking about in the Padres video, it's like you need some kind of magic to get you through the day. If your magic involves going to fucking ballparks and trying to hunt down fucking foul balls, get over it, man. Fucking deal with it, okay? But I love Zach Campbell, and I love the way... I love the idea of traveling to go to baseball games, and it is kind of weird that I don't know if he has a team. He often wears an MLB umpire's hat. That's a little sus, but everything else I think is on the up and up. A lot of times, too, he'll catch a foul ball or a home run ball and give it to a kid close by, which is pretty cool. But I'm going to show you a little taste of Zach Campbell.
We got two of the commemorative
fly ball into center field. Kiermaier will watch it. Go!
Still in this postseason.
It is gone!
That just happened. I just ran up and reached up in a big crowd of people. And man, I came up with it on the fly. So you can see the logo right here. Brett Gardner has hit 3 home runs.
Again, fun. Some places are packed, some places sparsely attended, like this Yankees game. And it's cool. It is weird how he manages to be in the right place at the right time pretty often. But I think this shit is cool, and I've been at a game where he was. It was a Phillies game about like 6 years ago, and he was very kind, and he was very gracious to anybody who wanted a picture with him or wanted to say hello. So I like that kind of shit.
This year, 2 of them have been at Yankee Stadium, and I've caught both of them on the fly. Hey everyone, this is Zach Hampel coming to you from the famous Waveland Avenue right outside Wrigley Field, back at Chase Field in Phoenix, Arizona, America Park in Detroit, Camden Yards in Baltimore, Home Run Central, aka Kauffman Stadium from Citi Field in...
If you were enjoying the sound, I apologize because I just muted his video so I can talk over it, but I got to get in that pool. That pool at the Diamondbacks pool out in right center field, man. I got to find a way to get in there. So if anybody watching this has a hookup for that, I have to get in that pool at some point, man. I need to take my shirt off in that pool. Ideally, I would love to sit in there with all my boys, but someday. But for the time being, I would love to just watch a game from there. That might be the coolest vantage point in all of MLB. That fucking pool, man. Goddamn. I got to get in there.
In Phoenix, Arizona, America Park in Detroit, Camden Yards in Baltimore, Home Run Central, a.k.a. Kauffman Stadium from...
I think that's the Royal Stadium.
Citi Field in New York, from Dunedin, Florida, outside this teeny little stadium called TD Ballpark. I'm here at Yankee Stadium.
Hello there, I'm at Yankee Stadium.
So you get it. So it's like the video before this, you got lunatic with a wigger beard and a flat brim whose major accomplishment in life will be bullying that old man out of a home run ball. There's that kind of person who does that shit. And then there's this. I think Zach Hampel is a very sweet guy, seems to have good intentions, and seems to just really love the game. And what a dream it is to be able to fucking travel and just go watch fucking baseball games, man. So I love Zach. And yeah, I don't really get the hate that he gets online, man. It's kind of a bummer to see because I think he's really good for getting people involved with the more fun aspects of the game, because I get that the baseball might be boring to a lot of people, especially a younger generation. But a lot of the fun just comes in going to the fucking ballpark and just doing shit around the ballpark, because there's all kinds of interesting shit in baseball ballparks that isn't present in fucking football stadiums or hockey or basketball arenas, man. And I really love what he does. Dude, going back to the draft last night, Sean McVay did not seem happy with their first-round pick. I think they picked 13th. They picked Ty Simpson, quarterback from Alabama.
And you get a chance to be able to address, the backup quarterback. We've got Stetson. We've talked about the importance of Jimmy. So to be able to add somebody that you can evaluate a body of work where he was asked to play the position, and a lot of things that do translate in terms of concepts, reading with his feet, some of the different things in the drop back in the play action game.
Dude, I love McVay. Sean McVay looks like the kind of guy who is the subject of every confrontation video you see on Twitter that stems around a truck trying to back into a spot. It's a guy with a motorcycle cam who takes umbrage with the way Sean McVay is backing into a spot when he doesn't need to back into a spot. And I don't know, man. I like the guy a lot. But clearly not happy with this fucking pick. I'm trying to see if I can find the article on the pick, but all right, maybe I didn't bring it up. Fuck it, we don't need to see it. But yeah, he's a big Matt Stafford guy, and it seemed like he was kind of blindsided by the pick. And yeah, they do not seem to be on the same page here.
The movement game. So there's a lot of things that Coach Grubb club did that's very similar to kind of how we operate. So it made it an easier evaluation to be able to kind of say, all right, what would that look like if you did translate it to our level? But there was a lot of players that we liked, and there was a lot of thought that kind of went into it. And we do feel really fortunate that when you look at the 13th pick, we were able to get that where, you know, Atlanta had an interest in getting a player last year. We would have taken Ferguson with our first-round pick last year to move back to still get the guy that we wanted.
Very diplomatic response, man, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm kind of glad to see the Rams not get better immediately with that pick because I guess they're kind of turning into one of the Eagles' NFC rivals, man. Let's see if I got any fucking other draft stuff. I don't think so. Oh, a couple more things I want to talk about here. Oh, Devin Booker got a technical. This might have been the most insane technical I've seen.
Free throws on the other end from the personal foul.
So he gets fouled out of bounds.
Jay will, but they're just calling it on that.
Booker gets fouled out of bounds, and then he just taught behind the backs a pass and gets called. Clearly not intentional. No idea why the ref called it, man. And then he got fined for bitching at the refs after the game, which I don't think happens enough, man. And I hate how punitive they are when these guys just are like, yeah, they had a fucking shit game. You should at least get a handful of complaints each year. Like maybe each player gets like 3 ref complaints before you start getting fined. Yeah, that shit's as bad as it gets, man. It's so funny watching the new automated system in baseball just completely bitch slap so many umpires, especially C.D. Buckner, man. C.D. Buckner had a game where he got like fucking 3 calls overturned in 1 inning, man. That is funny, man. It would be funny to see all the NBA guys like start loving robots if the NBA switched to an automated system like that. I think they later rescinded that technical, so. Oh, man, I like this. So CM Punk got into an altercation with a fan after WrestleMania.
We love you, Bally. We love you, Bally.
Yeah, I know wrestling is completely funded by the weirdest, smelliest guys, but yeah, he's 100% justified in this. One of those chicks is his wife, I believe, and this weirdo was straight up bothering them. I don't know. Look at that guy, though. He's got to love getting his phone smacked out of his hands by CM Punk. Like, that's everything this guy wants. A salty hat with, fat curling around the undersides of that hat is everything that a guy who looks like that could possibly want. You get fucking CM Punk smacking the shit out of you. And then he says, I guess he's having a bad day. All right, here's an article about it. Yeah, I wonder how often that shit. Fuck the article, but I wonder how often that shit happens with wrestling fans, man. With people not understanding boundaries and not understanding that, like, hey, maybe this is a moment that these two people should probably have together. But wrestling has got to lead the league in I don't know. Female wrestlers should probably have to wear like a hula hoop, personal space fucking prohibitor, personal space invasion prohibitor, where they just walk around in public. Where like, all right, so 3 feet away from my body is where this hula hoop protrudes from, and guys who look like this, the closest they can get is the edge of my personal space hula hoop. I'm going to pitch that, man. Yeah, the next time I'm on the East Coast, I'm going to invite myself to WWE headquarters, which I think is in Stamford, Connecticut, and pitch the personal space hula hoop for, like, fucking Rhea Ripley. Oh, my God, that poor woman. God knows what the fuck she gets. Whew, man. Yeah, God bless him, man. Oh, dude, the last thing I want to talk about is going back to the McVay thing. Like, I think it's, like, pretty cool. I do like seeing, like, when guys... McVay seems like a pretty normal dude, man. He seems like he's just fucking... I can't imagine the weight of the world that you have when you got to coach an NFL team about having to juggle so many different things, including family. This guy, the Seahawks head coach, I thought it was very sweet. Like, initially, like, he's talking about, like, when he won the Super Bowl, there's a very sweet moment where he's talking about, you know, his wife, and he's talking to his wife. They're hamming it up.
Like, you can't believe it, you know?
Very nice
so
time.
awesome.
They got sweet little
It's
baby
surreal.
there,
You did it.
I love you.
I'm so proud of you.
Very nice man.
Jack, one day you're going to really like this day.
Oh, that's a wonderful.
So how was your day?
Very sweet. But then this other clip, where he's talking about it.
And then I work throughout the week. I actually think I'm here less.
Sorry if the video's going slow, but in the video he's talking about how he only sees his son. There's one day a week where he sees his son, his infant son, for 30 minutes. Fucking insane, man. But I guess there's so many different levels of weirdness to NFL coach. NHL coaches seem like they're kind of all the same. NFL coaches, they're like weirdo nesting dolls. And I've been trying to figure out exactly where Bill Belichick fits in the weirdo nesting doll hierarchy. And I haven't been able to figure it out yet. I don't know if he's like a very cool guy or if he's like top of the weirdo food chain. So I lean toward top of the weirdo food chain. I mean, you look back, there were moments like I could have sworn there was an iconic photo of him kissing somebody after a Super Bowl. I think it was the one where they came back to beat Atlanta, which was insane game. And you get why such a passionate kiss could be distributed after the game, after a game of that magnitude. However, it wasn't until I recently went back and looked at it did I realize that what he was actually doing, the person he was actually kissing was not his wife at the time. It was, in fact, his daughter.
Is this the most awkward
That's Bill Belichick's daughter.
kiss
Always
ever?
assume.
Patriots head coach Bill Belichick was.
All right, let me go back to that. All this time, ever since I saw this fucking picture, I just naturally assumed that that was Bill Belichick's wife, that he's smooching hard. Oh, my God. Kissing somebody so hard that his neck fat is torquing up towards her face. That's a passionate kiss.
Father-daughter kiss ever? Patriots head coach Bill Belichick was photographed celebrating his victory with a passionate smooch on the lips with not his girlfriend, but
That's the daughter not in dad kissing mode, kissing somebody else's dad. Can anybody on the Patriots have a normal interaction with their fucking kid? Holy shit, man. Everybody's got to fucking porno kiss their goddamn kids on the Patriots.
his adult daughter, Amanda Belichick. But what may be viewed as a sweet family moment to some is being labeled super weird, aggressive, and making out by plenty of others online.
All right, I like that headline. Patriots coach Bill Belichick celebrates Super Bowl win with passionate father-daughter kiss. Yeah, 4 words that should never go together. Passionate father-daughter kiss. All right, Bill.
Making out by plenty of others online. When asked by a reporter how he...
Dude, kiss that trooper, man. I'm sorry, I got lost for a minute. I thought I could actually talk to Bill Belichick. Smooch that fucking guy, dude. Smooch him so hard that the body cam falls off of his chest.
He was going to celebrate the big win with his family. He replied, "We will celebrate it."
Dude, what a fucking psycho. But last thing I want to add, he kind of redeemed himself a few years later. Leaving Jordan Hudson's house, hot 24-year-old girlfriend or whatever she is. Dude, this is a boss move. Just titted up, sun just coming up, not even giving a fuck about neighbors. This is definitely the kind of neighborhood where neighbors are up early, sweeping sidewalks and hosing down sidewalks. And I would bet that this is in suburban Boston. Imagine that, like you're coming home from a bender. That's exactly what you want. Like if you were out all night and the second your wife sees you walking up the block, she's just fucking screaming at you, "Where the fuck were you? I waited up all night." And then a couple doors down, you see a jugged up Bill Belichick leaving his side bitch's house, clearly still reeking like pussy. Like I would love to know why he did not have a shirt on. This is real pussy hound behavior. But I guess if there's one way you could possibly redeem yourself after making out with your daughter on the 50-yard line, it's to get caught on a ring cam leaving your hot young side bitch's house at fucking 6 a.m. God bless him, man. Top tier weirdo, man. Still, I don't know, man. I do think Bill Belichick's being elder abused. I think it's going to have a very dark ending. I mean, it's pretty bad right now, but that chick is definitely, for what he's getting in pussy, he's definitely losing and having to hide bruises every day when he leaves the house, man. So thoughts and prayers to Bill Belichick. And Bill, if you're watching this, leave a comment below and let me know what I can do for you to possibly alert the elder abuse people who handle that shit. All right, guys. Thank you for joining me for another edition of Fat Kicker Overtime. I like doing these, man, and I look forward to doing at least one of these a week and hopefully a couple of these. And thank you guys, and I'll see you next time. Later. Oh, one other thing I want to add. I don't want to cut it off yet. We got a Patreon for Fat Kicker, so if you're not on that yet, you can go to patreon.com/Fat Kicker, and we got extra shit up there all week, every week. And make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're going to be doing a bunch of game watch-alongs. We're going to be live streaming them, and it's going to be a ton of fun. And, I think you'll really enjoy me and my buddy Jimmy just talking all things sports. All right, guys, I'll see you on the next Fat Kicker.